That's from Subway, right?
You've made it.
They remember me.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities who had normal jobs before they were famous.
What's going on here? When was this?
Coco, I'd like to say it was when I was 18. It was actually when I was 26.
Really?
Still waiting to get a job as an actor.
For this list, we'll be looking at all the ways these stars earned a living before catching their big breaks. Which of these jobs surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Melissa McCarthy. When this comedic actress first moved to LA, she was sharing a studio apartment, didn't own a car, and had less than $200 in her pocket.
Hello. Just wanted to check and see how your dinner was coming along.
One of Melissa McCarthy's first jobs in the city was as a barista at a Santa Monica Starbucks. And while the comedienne is now a beloved celebrity herself, she shared just how nervous she'd get with famous clientele.
My mom never lets me drink coffee.
Really? Why?
She says it'll stunt your growth.
That's not true. That's crazy.
She once even started crying when her personal idol Chris Farley stopped in for a coffee. Now, McCarthy's gone from being starstruck at Starbucks to becoming one of Hollywood's highest paid actresses.
I have 6 houses. I bought an 18-wheeler a couple months ago just because I could.
Number 9. Tiffany Haddish. While she was working for Alaska Airlines on the side, Haddish didn't reserve getting laughs for her weekend stand-up shows. Even with an audience of irritated travelers and grumpy passengers, she was determined to keep things lively.
So they would write you up and say, don't be that cheerful, don't be that excited?
Yeah, you just have to do a professional or like.
But her antics didn't always fly with management.
I'm letting you go.
Word?
Word.
Ah.
Yeah.
Good looking out there. Thanks for letting me go, man. Appreciate that. Just number water under the bridge.
Haddish's jokes ended up getting her moved down to the baggage department. Facing her toughest audience yet, the charming entertainer was determined to make sure everyone left happier than they came in. The story proves that celebrity status or not, Haddish was always destined to be a comedienne.
I worked at the gates, and my goal was always to bring like happiness and joy to people, like today, still to this day.
Number 8. Tom Cruise. Born Thomas Mapother, this A-list action star didn't grow up with a ton of money. As a result, he was no stranger to odd jobs. From a young age, he was picking up paper routes and helping out with yard work to make some extra cash.
It's like I'm a hero or something. They thought I saved the whole block. To this day, my mother thinks I'm a hero. Hey, you better not tell her what I just told you.
Every penny Cruise could spare went to buying movie tickets. When he first moved to New York to pursue acting, he became a busboy before starting to land film roles and beginning his ascent to movie stardom. Cruise's experience in the service industry may have helped him get into character for the bartending movie Cocktail.
Thank you! I guess that's what you learn in college, right?
Number 7. Dwayne Johnson. He's been a collegiate football player, a professional WWF wrestler, and now he's a global acting superstar. But before all of those titles, The Rock was working as a dishwasher. When he was just 13 years old, Johnson would spend most of his afternoons washing dishes at his local pizza shop.
My legit first job, I was 13 years old and I worked in a pizza shop and I washed dishes. Middle school every day from 3 o'clock till 11:30.
Not only did the job teach him the value of hard work, but it also left a lifelong impression. According to the millionaire actor, even after all these years, he still prefers to wash his dishes by hand.
Are you still a good dishwasher?
I only, as a matter of fact, here's some nerdy shit, and weird, I need therapy, I don't use a dishwasher.
Ever?
Ever, no.
What about for a big load?
I hand wash.
It's great to see that a superstar as famous as The Rock is still down to earth when it comes to chores around the house.
Hey!
Number 6. Meghan Markle.
Mike Ross? Hi. I'm Rachel Zane. I'll be giving you your orientation.
Before her own royal wedding was making international headlines, Meghan Markle was addressing the invitations for musician Robin Thicke's nuptials. After excelling in handwriting classes at her all-girls Catholic school, she would later turn her gift into a profitable side hustle.
Working on this project for the past 9 months has been a tremendous labor of love.
When Markle was getting her start in the industry, she worked as a freelance calligraphist while auditioning and working towards her big break. She also taught others about aspects of her career and bookbinding along the way. Although Markle doesn't need to rely on penmanship to pay the bills anymore, she's still passionate about keeping the art of a handwritten letter alive.
ourselves. We're doing brilliantly. We've knocked J.K. Rowling off the top spot.
Number 5, Steve Buscemi.
Hello?
Hi, is this Danny McGrath? Yeah. The Danny McGrath that graduated from Nib High School in 1984?
Yeah. Who's this?
Steve Buscemi began working as a New York firefighter when he was just 18 years old. After serving in Little Italy, Manhattan for 4 years, he later went on to become a Hollywood success. But the actor's formative years in the FDNY didn't stay in the past. After the September 11 attacks in 2001, Buscemi heroically returned to his firefighting roots. He worked long days at the site of the World Trade Center to help where he could.
I was a New York City firefighter for only about 4 years. What I didn't realize then was how much the job would stay with me.
In a true example of art imitating life, Buscemi's career allowed him to embody his old career on screen. He even played a New York firefighter in Pete Davidson's biopic, King of Staten Island.
The kid could stay. But you gotta work, all right? You ready to do some work?
Number 4, Margot Robbie. When listing what Harley Quinn and Margot Robbie share in common, a passion for well-made sandwiches might not be the first thing that comes to mind.
With the perfect egg sandwich.
Mm.
You're a lifesaver, Sal.
I love you.
Now we're good for the 75 cents, okay?
But a look at the resume of this talented actress tells a different story. Before becoming a Hollywood mainstay, Robbie worked at Subway. After spending time working as a sandwich artist at the deli chain, the Aussie has shared she doesn't often return to her former place of work.
And now when I go to Subway and someone just kind of like throws it on right in the middle, like puts a ton of sauce there, like it kills me. Like I actually don't go that often anymore.
Apparently, she can't stand when the employees have a lack of passion for their food creations and make them terribly. Robbie's dedication to excellence has clearly carried her into an impressive acting career.
You are the world's most famous sandwich artist of all time. And
Number 3, Hugh Jackman. Before he was Wolverine, this actor was Coco the Clown.
We did 3 or 4-year-old parties, and once we kind of extended ourselves. We went to an 8-year-old's party. And I was like 5 minutes into my act, which was very lean on skill, I have to tell you. There was no balloon animals, there was nothing.
No.
And this kid, whose birthday it was, I'll never forget it, he goes, "Mom, this clown is crap."
And while his performance in The Prestige might convince you otherwise, Jackman has shared he's never been great with magic. The proof? According to the actor, neither he nor his young audiences were thrilled with his lack of magical prowess when he was performing as a party clown.
"Kids, you want to throw eggs at me?" And they're like, "Yeah." So they're just pelting me with eggs. It was my very last time as a clown. Never did it again.
How much would you get paid?
$50.
Thankfully, Jackman eventually found his stride as an actor, but this wasn't his only pre-fame job working with kids. The Australian also briefly worked as a PE teacher. In fact, Jackman even recognized a former student of his on the red carpet.
I used to teach you at high school in PE, and I want to know how your physical education is progressing. It's very important to me. You guys don't know that, but this man here, yes, I used to teach you at Uppingham School in London.
Number 2, Madonna. The pop star once joked she might have become a Dunkin' Donuts CEO.
Had you played your card right, you could have been a manager at Dunkin' Donuts.
She could be running.
I could be the CEO.
Yeah.
And while it's hard to imagine the pop star behind a counter instead of on stage, it was her reality. An incident with the jelly squirting machine led to the parting of ways with Dunkin'. Outside of that store, she picked up odd jobs in between auditions for dance companies in New York.
Because people think this shit happens overnight, and it doesn't.
Oh.
Madonna was once fired from her hat-checking gig for wearing fishnets. Yet, rather than change her ways, Madonna turned her rebellious spirit into one of the most successful pop careers of all time. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Paul Rudd. The Hollywood hunk was a ham glazer for 6 months.
I went by Dad's office.
He is not your dad. Why don't you torture your new family?
Hey, just because my mother marries someone else doesn't mean he's my father.
Wanda Sykes. The actress was formerly an employee at the National Security Administration.
Did you get to know secret stuff there, or were they?
Yeah, I had a top secret security clearance.
Was it called top secret?
Yeah, top secret, yeah.
What did you have to go through for that?
You go through a lot. You give them all of your tax returns.
Chris Rock. The comedian worked at a Red Lobster he couldn't even afford.
One order ribs.
No. One rib.
One rib.
I sure am hungry.
Rachel McAdams. The actress is the first to admit she wasn't the best McDonald's employee.
You total binger. April, this is gonna go straight to your ass.
Amy Poehler. The star worked a not-so-romantic summer job as an ice cream scooper.
My sister is an ex-junkie, John, okay? She needs someone to pick her up. She can't be unsupervised.
Jesus Christ, she's a grown woman. She can't be babysat her whole life,
Thank you so much for the support.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Brad Pitt. Many movie stars have credited mentors, friends, or good old-fashioned luck for getting them into the industry.
I know you started as an extra, right? Before you started acting.
Yeah.
But Brad Pitt has a slightly different story. The Hollywood star says adult dancers are responsible for his career. How exactly? Well, you might have heard about the actor's stint in a chicken costume while working at an El Pollo Loco.
Were you one of those like mascots outside of El Pollo Loco dressed as a chicken?
Yes, I was. For the grand opening on Sunset and La Brea? Yeah.
Really?
Yes, I was.
So...
Man's gotta eat.
But this wasn't his only unconventional gig. When Pitt started working as a driver for exotic dancers, one of the girls he drove was enrolled in an acting class. One day, Pitt decided to tag along, and the rest is history.
You never know. I think everybody should start dressed as a chicken outside of a restaurant, and then you achieve things like Brad's career.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.